Okay, welcome back, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me in another meditation. Before we start, let's just ask for blessings. So just want to invite you to put your hands over your heart, close the eyes. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the great ones, holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my spiritual teacher, Master Chokok Sui, Lord Mahaguru Jumeling, to our sacred teams, Mother Earth, all the plant medicines, to our higher souls, our divine selves, we humbly ask for your divine blessings, love, kindness, compassion, for divine illumination, divine oneness, abundance of prosperity, inner healing and physical healing, for the inner strength to continue with our spiritual practices, for divine assistance, divine soothing healing energies, divine guidance, divine protection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and in full faith, so it is. Thank you. Okay. So one of the things that's kind of come through when I meditated recently, well, not recently, I mean, just been really aware of it, is just that I think that, and this is probably obvious if you're aware of anything that's happening in the news, I think that there's a lot of chaos happening. I think there's a lot of frustrations, there's a lot of feelings, and we're not going to go into any politics or anything like that. That's not what this is about. I just want to address the emotions and the thoughts and that kind of stuff that might be coming up. And really, like, overthinking, chaotic mind, chaotic emotions. I think this is kind of a normal state that most people end up finding themselves in on a regular day-to-day basis, week to week, year to year, et cetera, et cetera. It's a normal thing for most people. And I think that especially people who get drawn to things like meditation or yoga or spiritual practices, like different types of meditations or even religions, maybe Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, whatever it might be. I think that many people get drawn to them for a very common reason, which is to find inner peace. Maybe something happens and it just becomes really overwhelming or chaotic in their life or whatever the reason. And that's often I've found to be one of the major desires with a lot of people, is that they want to find inner peace. So let's talk about that for a little bit. I really like the way that my teacher, Master Ko, puts it, and there's kind of a progression when it comes to achieving inner peace or oneness with God or higher spiritual experiences and expansion, I guess as you might call it. So how most people start is they start off living this kind of, in their emotions, their thoughts, living this reality of chaos. They're living in chaos. And a lot of like ups and downs, whether it be emotional stuff, mental stuff, whatever's happening, there's a lot of ups and downs going on. And it can be very difficult to kind of pull yourself out of that. From there, as you start to do different spiritual practices, even things like playing music, movement can kind of help with this, doing exercise, getting away from the stimulus, things like that, can bring you from the chaos to what's known as calmness, or what my teacher calls calmness. So in this state of calmness, you can be like, okay, I feel relaxed, I feel good. And almost anything can kind of knock you out of that. You can feel calm for like a little while, and then the next thing happens, and you're like, oh my God, and then you feel in like chaos again. And I think that's normal. I think life happens. Things come up, and then we go from chaos to calmness and back to chaos and kind of oscillating back and forth. But if you continue to do your spiritual practices, ideally you would do a very specific meditation that my teacher does. It's called Twin Hearts Meditations. You can look it up on YouTube. It's free. You can go check it out. I think I also have one on my channel somewhere. If you look it up, probably, I think it's called Planetary Meditation or something like that. But anyways, this type of meditation, Twin Hearts, is a very advanced and also very powerful and yet very simple meditation. It's guided meditation. And there's many things that happen during it that are really beneficial, but one of the main things that happens during it is that it flushes out all the emotions and all the thoughts to a certain extent from your body and from your aura, or what's known as energy centers, chakras, little swirling energies, centers in our body. So this divine energy pours through us in this meditation and kind of pushes things out. And if we do certain practices that help to clear things out, eventually we'll get to inner peace. And the way that we get to inner peace, really, there's many ways to do it. I just found that Twin Hearts is kind of the best way. But really, to go from calmness to inner peace is a emptying out. So emptying out the emotions, emptying out the thoughts, and in that emptiness is where you will find inner peace. And the mistake that a lot of people on the spiritual path take is they stop there. And really, that's, in my opinion, that's a mistake, because there's stuff beyond inner peace. There is actually what's known as stillness, which is beyond the inner peace. And the stillness is focusing on the things that aren't moving. So, and this is just to kind of give you an idea. I'm not expecting, especially if you're new to this, I'm not expecting you to just jump from like chaos all the way to stillness. But to kind of plant the idea, give you seed ideas of like this is what's possible. So beyond inner peace is what's known as stillness. You may start to experience things like expansion of awareness. You might start to suddenly be aware of things that are happening outside of your physical body. You might be aware of things that are happening in the other room. Even without being able to hear or smell or touch it, you can just know, okay, there's somebody over there. I can kind of feel the presence of somebody. Or I become aware of whatever it might be. Maybe there's certain things that are happening outside the body. You just become more aware of it. So that is one of the things, that's one of the ways that we start to achieve what's known as spiritual enlightenment, is we get that expansion. Other things you may or may not experience is you might lose track of your body. You might feel like, my body disappeared. What happened? My body just went poof. I lost track of it. That is also another sign of experiencing a little piece of enlightenment, where you realize who you really are is and this is kind of reference to an I am affirmation that my teacher, Master Chokok Sui says, which is, it says, I'm not the body, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the thoughts, I'm not even the mind, I am the soul. And the soul is part of this giant ocean that is all of consciousness, or you could view it as God or whatever it is. It's this ocean of awareness, as some spiritual teachers put it. So when the body disappears, you get a glimpse of remembering that you're in that ocean. And remember that you're not just this body, you are not this body, you are a part of a bigger thing. So bringing back to the chaos, one of the things, because I don't want to just keep this as theoretical, I want to make this more real for you. One of the things that I find is one of the really key points to release, to getting yourself to inner peace, is releasing anger. So for many people, it's a natural thing to feel anger when we experience certain things in our life. If somebody harms us, harms a loved one, if they say something to us, do something to us, whatever it might be, it's a natural tendency to feel anger. And I really like the quote from the Buddha that my teacher always quotes. And this quote is that we are not punished by our anger, or no, we are not punished for our anger. We are punished by our anger. So we are not punished for our anger, meaning it's natural to feel angry. It's natural for those emotions to come up. We're not punished for having them. When we are punished is when we hold on to that anger, when we hold it in, when we keep it in and try to stuff it in our body or keep it in ourselves. And this doesn't mean that we have to express it and take our anger out on other people. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to release it in healthy ways, energetically, emotionally, physically, all these things. Letting go of the anger allows it to not fester in us. Because for a lot of people, especially if you don't know how to do this, which I think is also normal for the majority of people, when you hold on to your anger, when you don't release it in some way, what ends up happening is you kind of just keep stuffing it down into the body. And it's almost like kind of stuffing things into a suitcase or like a bin of some sort. You're just like holding the container down. And you keep kind of adding little bits of anger as certain things happen. You're just holding this down, and eventually the container will expand and expand. It'll get so full that suddenly it just explodes because it's too full. So like some people will experience this where they're like, I don't feel anger. I'm never angry. And it's like calm, 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 calm. And then boom, explosion of anger, and they just lose it. They lose themselves in that feeling. And that is a sign that they never released or they stuffed down those feelings of anger, resentment, whatever it might be. So how do we release this? What is the proper way to release this? I think one of the best ways is to do forgiveness practices. And I really like the way that my teacher, Master Ko, and his teacher, Master Chokok Sui, puts it. And that it's very important to be aware that there's two types of forgivenesses. There's outer forgiveness and there's inner forgiveness. Outer forgiveness is basically what you do with the person. And this is going to be dependent on whatever happens in your life, whatever the situation calls for. And that could be something as simple as I need to go have a conversation with this person, figure out what happened, or maybe set a boundary of some sort, all the way to the more extreme examples of like need to get the cops, lawyers involved, whatever. And whatever your situation is going to call for different responses. So, outer forgiveness is for most, but not all. Inner forgiveness is for all, no matter what, full stop. Inner forgiveness, no matter how justified you feel angry towards whoever it is, inner forgiveness, holding on to that anger, only hurts you. That anger, that energy, that emotion of anger sits in your body and it festers and it starts to create problems. If you hold on to it for long enough, over time, sometimes lifetime or lifetimes, it can begin to create disease in the body. It can begin to affect the liver, the internal organs, maybe even your heart in some cases. A lot of the times it's the liver. That's kind of usually where it starts. With anger, is the liver will be damaged in some way over time of holding on to the anger for long enough. And really, most of the time, when we're feeling anger towards somebody, a lot of the times the other person might not even be aware of it. They might not even know that we're angry. So really, it is just hurting us. So inner forgiveness basically states that I recognize that you are a soul going through an evolution of sorts. In order for us to grow and evolve, that requires us to make mistakes. I've recognized that you've made some mistakes. I've also made mistakes. And I will let this go. I forgive you. Because there is another factor to this as well, is that there is some of you may have heard of this, is the law of karma, or in other teachings, the golden rule, do unto others as I want to be done unto me. Basically, the law of karma, the law, as my teacher puts it, not my opinion of karma, the law of karma, everything that we put out, physically, emotionally, mentally, put out in the universe will come back to us amplified. So if I say internally, this person can never be forgiven, what you're basically saying is that will go out, and then it will come back to you and say, I can never be forgiven, especially if I ever make mistakes, even to a certain level. So I don't know about you, but I personally always want to be forgiven at some level by God and all the higher beings at the very minimum. And yeah, I think that any questions about any of that from anyone on the call? Okay. So let's make this a little more real. So we're going to do a quick forgiveness exercise to release some of the anger. So before we do it, I just want you to think of one person that you feel some amount of anger with right now. Ideally, this would be like, if you're going to rate it out of 0 to 10, 10 being like, I could never forgive them, I'm so pissed, blah, 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 and 0 being like, no anger at all. Ideally picking somebody that you feel maybe like a 4 or above. If you can't think of anyone, it's okay to pick someone with a lower number, but just try to think of somebody. And for those of you on the call, just type in the chat, like, what is your number? If you had to rate it from 0 to 10, what is the number that you have, that you feel angry towards this person? So is it like a 7 out of 10, a 5 out of 10? And this could also be yourself. In some cases, we get angry at ourselves for mistakes that we've made. This technique can also work forgiving yourself. But just for those of you on the call, just type in the chat the number, something out of 10, like, where do you feel, how angry towards this person do you feel? A 9, okay. Oops. 10, okay. Okay, so let's just see what happens. The first most obvious question, this might sound like a silly question, but I think it's important to ask it. Do you want to let go of this anger? Do you want to heal yourself? And for those of you in the chat, just type like either yes or no. Yes. Okay, good. That's great. That's a good first step. Want to heal. Okay. So put your hands over your heart. I want you to close your eyes and just imagine, say about 20 feet away, maybe 10 to 20 feet away, imagine this one person that you feel angry towards right now. Imagine you're looking at them. And I want you to verbally repeat after me, out loud with your mouth. Namaste. The divinity in me salutes the divinity in you. Namaste. And now just imagine this person turning into brilliant light. After all, we're forgiving the soul, not the body. And again, verbally repeat, Namaste. The divinity in me salutes the divinity in you. We are all children of God. We are all growing and evolving. Evolution involves time, process, and lots of mistakes. I've had my share of mistakes and learned from them. So can you. I wish you the same. May God's peace and love be with my soul, and may God's peace and love be with your soul. Namaste. Now be aware of the lower back, be aware of the upper back, the back heart chakra, be aware of the crown, the top of your head, and be aware of a light floating just above your head. So bring awareness to the lower back, breathe out. Breathe in through the nose, bringing the awareness up, up, up to the upper back. Breathing in, up, up, up to the crown. Breathing in, up to the light. Breathing in and hold. And let it go through the mouth. Verbally say, you are completely forgiven. Go in peace. I release you. And just leave your awareness on that light above. Allow the emotions to transform from anger, resentment, into peace, into love, into compassion, allowing them all to leave the body. Okay, we'll do that again. So awareness on the lower back. Breathing in through the nose, bringing it up, up, up to the upper back. Breathing in, up, up, up to the crown. Breathing in, up to the light. Breathing in and hold. And let it go through the mouth. Verbally say, you're completely forgiven. Go in peace. I release you. And just leave your awareness on that light. Okay, we'll do that one last time. So awareness on the lower back, breathing in, bringing it up, up, up to the upper back, breathing in, up, up, up to the crown, breathing in, up to the light, breathing in and hold, and let it go through the mouth. Verbally say, you're completely forgiven. Go in peace. I release you. And then open your hands in blessing, palms facing outwards at the chest level. And just verbally say, may you be blessed with inner peace, with inner healing. May you also learn from your mistakes and spiritually grow. You are completely forgiven. I release you. Go in peace. So be it. So be it. And so it is. Namaste. Okay, open your eyes and look at me. And just do this. And say out loud, say, cut, cut, cut. Okay. So just checking in with the same person. Did the number change? Do you feel less angry? Did the number go down? Where's the number at? For those of you in the chat, just type in the chat, what is the number now? A 1, okay. From what was it before? I don't know if you said. A 3. Okay, from a 3 to a 1. That's good. 7 and 3. Okay, so from a 9 to maybe 7 to 3, a 10 to a 9. Okay, some reduction. That's good. I would highly encourage you to do this exercise repeatedly until it gets down to a 0. If you go on YouTube and you type Master Co, forgiveness technique, you'll find my teacher. It's a longer version than what I just took everyone through. It's a way to release the anger, let these emotions go, these energies go. I would highly recommend repeating this until it gets down to 0. And really, if you're serious about wanting to get to inner peace, I would highly recommend writing out a list of everybody that you feel angry with. Hopefully it's not a long list, but for some people, they've had a lifetime of like all these different people and never let it go. But write down all the list of all the people and just go through the exercise one at a time until every one of them is at a 0. And especially if your list starts off as really big, going down to a little, very small list, I think you will find that there will be a lot of positive changes in your life. It's okay. No, there's no, it's okay to get your number down slow. It's totally normal. Sometimes it's difficult to release, especially if it's at a 10. So there's a couple things to be aware of. Sometimes what happens, this can happen for some people. Sometimes we'll pick somebody and maybe it starts off as a 5 out of 10. And then as we do the exercise, suddenly it feels like there's way more. Sometimes for people, it's like, oh, it went from a 5 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10. Like, what happened? I thought I was releasing. And I don't really know a not disgusting way to put this, but basically what's happening is you're vomiting out the emotions. You're vomiting out all the energies. And in those cases, most likely what was happening is that you already had all that in you and you just weren't aware of how much was there. And as it's being released, now you're suddenly way more aware of how much is there. So it might feel like the number is going up when in reality, you're just expelling a lot of it and you're just maybe didn't have the awareness of how much was there. Does that make sense for everybody on the call? Okay, so one other thing to be aware of, this is something I experienced in my own life as well. Sometimes back pain can be caused by a buildup of anger and resentment. So for me, in my case, and what I've seen in other clients and other people that I know, I personally was experiencing a lot of mid-back pain and even some low back pain. And I'll explain what this is in a moment, but I experienced a lot of mid-back pain, low back pain for a good amount of my life. And as I started to do this forgiveness technique over and over with the people that I felt angry with, I suddenly found the pain went away and I didn't have it anymore. The reason for that is if you look, in pranic healing, we talk about the different chakras. There's actually more than 7 major chakras. There's at least 11. For those of you who know what the chakras are, they're basically energy centers that are in different parts of the body, these spinning vortexes of energy that some teachings call chakras. So in pranic healing, we talk about the solar plexus, which is the midsection of the body between the ribs. There's the front solar plexus, which is the emotions, a lot of the emotional stuff, stress, anger, fear, shame, all these different things. The front solar plexus is generally what we have awareness of. It is where, basically, if there's a huge bulge, if you feel energy, if you check it out, you can feel energy. Something we learn in pranic healing. You can feel that, the chakra is this big, it feels congested, and it has kind of this feeling, this quality to it. All the emotions that we're generally aware of tend to be in the front solar plexus. The back solar plexus, the mid-back area, kind of where the kidneys are, kind of around there, the mid back, that is where all the subconscious emotions are, the emotions that are deep in our subconscious that we have no awareness to. So a lot of times what ends up happening energetically, if you feel someone's back who has a lot of built up subconscious energy, it'll feel like this bulge over their mid back area. And what ends up happening for whatever reason is as that continues to not be released, it will fill up and then it will start to go down the spine to the lower back and then start to cause pain or issues. This is also true for people who have scoliosis, for example. Oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes, the spine can't send energy up and down because of that major blockage. So the spine physically ends up curving around that energy and then needing to do this kind of like curvy thing in order to still send energy up and down. So for people with scoliosis, for example, releasing that blockage, releasing the anger, forgiveness, or not forgiveness, the anger, resentment, whatever it is that's kind of sitting there, will help to feel relief, and then the spine may correct itself. This was true for one of the clients that I worked on last year, for example. Just like a short story with this is this client came to me. She had really bad scoliosis. She was seeing a chiropractor. She had seen like a lot of different people and for years, and a lot of it really wasn't helping, or just kind of at best giving her temporary relief. And I worked with her for about a month, doing a couple sessions a week. And her chiropractor told her at the end of that month that her spine corrected about 5 degrees, which is really cool. So this is just to kind of give you a story, kind of drive the point home of like when we hold emotions, they can damage our body in some ways. So I highly encourage you to look the technique up. Master Co. Forgiveness Technique. This will also be on YouTube if you look on my channel. For those of you on YouTube, obviously you're seeing this, you have the link. But for those of you on the call, if you look on my YouTube, this video will be there. You can go and rewatch it and repeat the technique as many times as you want. And it will work. So, okay, any questions about any of that from people on the call? Okay. All right. So let's shift over to the sound and pranic healing part, which is kind of the meat of the ceremony. And I think that one of the most important things you can do throughout the sound and pranic healing, energy healing, is to relax, allow, and receive. The more that you relax, allow, and receive, the better all of this is going to work for you. There's a natural tendency when we feel certain negative emotions, negative thoughts, or even pain, for the body to tense up, to feel tension, or to kind of like do this, kind of like almost as like a protective measure. Like, oh my God, I feel pain. I need to protect myself. Or I feel uncomfortable, whatever it is. It's a natural thing to happen. And what I want to encourage you to do is to try your best to relax if any of that does come up. And a really easy hack that I give to everybody that you can do is if you notice any of that, say you notice tension or you notice an emotion coming up or you notice any thoughts, just silently saying to yourself, I allow, and then whatever the thing is. So if you feel anger coming up, I allow this anger. If you feel like there's a bunch of thoughts, like a chatty mind, I allow the thoughts, I allow the chatty mind. If it's just like a general tension or pain or uncomfortableness, I allow the tension, I allow the pain, whatever it is. If you forget anything else that I've said, that is the most important thing throughout the entire ceremony. I'll be playing sounds, different things will come up to basically elicit different emotions, different things to surface in the body. The really quick overview of sound healing is the point of sound healing is that it, through the vibrations of the sound, that vibration will vibrate different parts of your body and help it to release whatever is there. Through that shaking, it's almost like you're shaking out the energy that's in it. So if there's anger, like say there's anger in your liver, as that liver is gently vibrated through the sound waves, which if you look at like physics, or like you can look at like, if you look up cymatics on YouTube, you can actually see sound and visual. But basically like the sound is kind of doing this really, really fast, kind of going up and down and just oscillating like that, making a really fast vibration. So that will, the sound waves will hit you, absorb into the body, and then make certain parts of it especially vibrate. So in this example, the liver might vibrate a bunch, and through that vibration, that shaking, the anger will then release and leave the body. If you are tense, that tension will actually hold a lot of it in. Some of it may release, but that tension will kind of like keep a lot of it in you. So this is really the main point of why I'm encouraging you to try your best to relax throughout the whole ceremony. And just saying to yourself again, I allow, and whatever you're experiencing, I allow this, I allow my anger, I allow my fear, I allow the thoughts, I allow this tension. And through that permission that you grant yourself, you then let the body relax, because the body has permission to feel and express and just go, okay, it's okay. It's okay to feel this. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys like 2 minutes to get started. I'm really sorry. I have to go to the bathroom. I don't think I can hold this through the end. So I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom. We'll be back and then we'll get started. So if you want to, you can take a bathroom break too. I'll be right back. 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for being patient. And for those of you on YouTube, movie magic, we're back. Cut that part out. Okay, so just want to invite you all to get comfortable, either seated, laying down, and we will get started in just a second. Okay. So just inviting you to close the eyes. We'll do a few slow, deep breaths together. So breathing in through the nose, expanding the belly like a balloon, and holding. And letting it go through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, expanding the belly like a balloon, and holding. And letting it go through the mouth. And one last one, in through the nose. And letting it go. Allowing the breath to return to normal with the eyes still closed. I want you to imagine, sense, feel, or see this violet light is washing over your entire body. And this violet light is entering into every part of your being, saturating the blood, the bones, all the organs. Every cell in your body is saturated in violet light. And just allowing, relaxing, and letting go. brilliant light floating just above your head. Put your complete awareness on that light above. Be still. Be aware. Be aware of the stillness in that light. Be aware of the gap. Be aware of the gap between the thoughts. Be aware of the gap between the emotions. Be aware of the gap between the thoughts, between the breath, the stillness at the top of your breath, the stillness at the bottom of your breath. Be aware of that brilliant light. Be still. Be aware. And let go. Be still. Be aware. And let go. Gently, gently coming back to the body. Gently coming back, leaving the eyes closed. Bringing awareness to your crown chakra, the top of your head. The divine light, the luminous white light, is entering into your crown chakra, cleansing your crown chakra completely and thoroughly. Your crown chakra is filled with luminous white light. It is cleansed, energized, and healthy. The brilliant divine light is coming down and entering into your Ajna chakra, the place between the eyebrows. Your Ajna chakra is cleansed, energized, and healthy. It is filled with luminous white light, cleansed, energized, and healthy. The luminous white light is coming down, 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 and entering into your throat chakra, deeply and thoroughly cleansing your throat chakra. Your throat chakra is filled with luminous white light. It is cleansed, energized, and healthy. The divine energy is going down, 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 entering into your back heart chakra. The luminous white light is cleansing your back heart chakra. Your back heart chakra is cleansed, filled with luminous white light and energized, and it is healthy. The luminous white light is going down and entering into your front solar plexus chakra. Your front solar plexus chakra is deeply and thoroughly cleansed of all negative energies. Your liver is being deeply and thoroughly cleansed. It is filled with luminous white light. It is cleansed, energized, and healthy. The luminous white light is entering into your back solar plexus chakra, where the mid-back is located. Your back solar plexus chakra is deeply and thoroughly cleansed of all negative energies. Now, so be it. Your back solar plexus is cleansed, energized, and healthy. It is filled with luminous white light. So be it. The divine energy is going down, 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 and entering into your navel chakra, where the belly button is located. Your navel chakra is deeply and thoroughly cleansed. Your internal organs are all being deeply and thoroughly cleansed of all negative energies. Your navel chakra is filled with luminous white light. It is cleansed, energized, and healthy. The divine energy is entering into your sex chakra, where the pubic bone is located. The sex chakra is deeply and thoroughly cleansed of all negative energies. Your reproductive organs are all deeply and thoroughly cleansed. So be it. Your sex chakra is filled with luminous white light. It is cleansed, energized, and healthy. The luminous white light is going down, 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 and entering into your basic chakra at the base of your spine. Your basic chakra is deeply and thoroughly cleansed. All poverty consciousness is now disintegrated, extracted, expelled, properly disposed of now. So be it. Your basic chakra is completely cleansed, energized, and healthy. The luminous white light is cleansing your shoulders, arms, forearms, hands, and fingers. It is also cleansing your legs, hips, your knees, back knees. Cleansing going down, 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 entering into your feet. Your soul chakras at the bottom of your feet are deeply and thoroughly cleansed. And they are filled with luminous white light. They are cleansed, energized, and healthy. So be it. Your entire body is filled with liquid white light. Gently breathing in through the nose, filling the body with white light. Gently breathing out any dirty, used up energy, gray clouds. Gently breathing in white light in every part of your being, holding. Gently breathing out any used up dirty energy. Gently breathing in white light into every part of your being. Gently breathing out. So be it. Allowing the breath to return to normal. Gently coming back to the body. Wiggling the hands and fingers, feet and toes. And slowly and gently opening the eyes and returning back to a seated position. Okay. So that was a little shorter, but I think some more energy came through than normal this time. So let's just quickly ground, and then we'll do a little bit of movement. So I just want to have you have your hands facing towards the ground, imagining light going down into the ground from the base of your spine down to your feet, and just silently follow along with me. May Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Blessings be to our beloved Mother Earth. May Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, rejuvenated, and revitalized. Blessings be to our beloved Mother Earth. May Mother Earth be blessed with good air, good water, and good earth. Blessings be to Mother Earth. Blessings be to all. So be it. Okay, I just want to invite you to stand up. We'll do a tiny bit of movement. Okay. All right, so just want to invite you to massage your face. Let's massage the face a little. Tapping the top of the head, going back. Top of the head, going back. Coming down, tapping the chest, the stomach area, tapping the right side, liver. Just tap, tap, tap. Tapping the left side, the spleen area. Just tap, tap, tap. Tapping the whole abdomen area. Tapping one of the arms, going down. Coming back up. Tapping the armpit, tapping the other arm, going down, coming back up, armpit a little bit, and tap the mid-back where the kidneys are. Tapping the low back, going down to the hips, around the hips, going down one of the legs, all the way down to the feet, coming back up. Tapping the other leg, going down, all the way down to the foot. Coming back up. And then just shake the body out. Just shake, shake, shake. All right, that should be good if you want to sit down again. Okay, so quick announcements. I do these every second and fourth Saturdays of the month. If you ever want to join these live, get your questions answered, I would highly encourage you to sign up with the link below, in the description down below for those of you on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell me how this was for you. I'd love to know. And if you ever want to join us in person, Highly encourage you to join the cacao, sound, and pranic healing events. If you're in Minnesota, you can join for these big group events in person. Or if you want to get more personalized healing, where we really dive in on what's going on with you, can work with any emotional, mental, even physical diseases to really help to heal whatever it is that might be going on. And this can be anywhere in the world. It can be remote, it could be in person. You can get healing from the comfort of your own bed, as I like to say to people. So if that's something that interests you, please also sign up on the link below or reach out to me. Other than that, thank you so much for coming. For those of you on the call, I'll stick around afterwards a little bit just to chat if you guys have anything you want to chat about or share or questions about, pretty much anything. But other than that, we'll do a closing prayer, and then I'll turn the recording off. So, okay, let's put your hands over your heart. To the divine supreme God, divine Father, Mother, to all the great ones, holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my spiritual teacher, Master Chokok Sui Lord Mahaguruji Meling, to our sacred teams, Mother Earth, all the plant medicines, our higher souls, our divine selves, thank you all for your priceless blessings. Thank you. We're so, so grateful. Thank you for all that you do. And please close all portals with thanks and in full faith. So be it, and so it is. Thank you. Okay, goodbye, YouTube. I'll see you in the next one.